every new TV4Education user and also the users who have been using TV4Education and just want to brush up on what we have and what's available to you and how it all works and comes together. This is going to be a very quick one, so pay attention and hope you enjoy the session. So TV4Education, when you install it, has a number of components to it, and this is where data is stored. It's called the schools collection. This is where all your videos will be made available to your students, your teachers, and your parents if you want to. I'd strongly recommend, if you've never considered including the parents in your system, to consider getting them involved, because that way you can send homework through to your parents and make sure that they participate in it as well. So this is what we call the search page, the landing page. This is where all videos that have been chosen by the staff are made available to all the students. And so when you come in here, you can go load more and it will give you a vertical bar, and when you pull that down, it'll load the next page and the next page and the next page and so forth and so on. The fantastic thing about TV4Education, whenever a student or teacher or parent logs in, they will, without doing anything, they just logged into the system, they will see what's new. So if this was the last current item added, it'll be here. If 5 new items are added, and remember this, maths methods, remember that program, because we're going to add about 3 or 4 new videos, and you'll see that this will shuffle down. Okay, so the more you add, the more they'll shuffle down. So when you start scrolling, and if you scroll long enough, you'll eventually get to the very first video that was ever put on the system. Okay, now in your case, you might see some books. That's only because TV4Education can also run your library system. So if you've never used our library system before, something you might want to consider about. It's super powerful and absolutely packed with features and functions, and we know that none of our competitor systems will even measure up. Okay, but we're talking about TV4Education content. Now, if I've logged in as a year 9 student out of a P212 and videos appear here, that'll only be because these videos are appropriate for me to watch. If this particular video was a year 12 video, but it wasn't appropriate for me, I can set it so that it does not appear for anyone other than year 12s. Okay, so there is security on each and every video as to who can watch it and what year level can watch it. And if you want to watch a video, just click on the video, okay, and the video will come up. Now, the video is only going to come up here and start playing over here as long as you've logged in. So you must be signed in, because copyright will not allow and should not allow anyone that is not part of your school to be able to access your system. So the first thing you have to remember is sign in. Now, if you use any kind of single sign-on system, we'll work with any single sign-on system. Okay. If not, you can just use their library barcode to log in, their admin barcode to log in, their username, which you can create, or their email address. So if you're having issues with anyone trying to log in, we'll deal with that later, but they need to be logged in to be able to watch. Now, when they are watching the system, okay, there's a performance bar there, and they can go fast forward. And what you'll notice is we will actually stream a lot faster than what YouTube will stream in some instances. Okay, you can stream it and you can watch it. Just go play and off you go, and you can start watching that. Now you can say to the kids, I need you to go and search in the search bar, put in SPS space 1 space made in Italy space whatever, and the video will come up. Now if you do that, most of your kids will put in the wrong thing and it will not come up. Okay, I'm going to put that on pause. So the best way to get this video to your students is using the share link. Very important, very powerful, and very easy. So if you want your students to watch any video, all you need to do is click on the video. When it comes up here, click on the share link. When the share link comes up, the very first thing you need to do is click on share with. Who you want to share it with? I want to share it with my year 7s. Now, if you share it with your year 7s, you need to be a year 7 student to log in. Okay, so if you're logged in as a year 7 student, the video will just play. Now, if you want to share it with them, you just click on the start of the HTTP, highlight the entire URL of that, okay, and then just go right click with your mouse and go copy and paste it as an email to your students. Put it into a learning management system, put it into any other library system. We don't care where you put that link, as long as wherever you are putting this link, if you also put in the same place the link like www.google.com and someone clicks on that link and it opens up the Google search engine, if you put this link in there, we guarantee it'll do exactly the same. It'll open up, the video will come up over here, and as long as they're logged in, it'll start playing. If they're not logged in, it'll just ask them to log in, and they can put in their login details and their password, and then the video will start playing. The big advantage of that share link is we actually will give the teacher, and the teacher has access to a report to tell her or him who actually clicked on that link, when they clicked on that link, and how many times they clicked on that link. Or you want to find out if Michael Scott has watched that video. You can even search, did Michael Scott search this video? So there's a report module that allows you to put in the name of the video and bring up who watched it, put in the name of the patron and find out if he watched it and how many times they watched it. So that link is very powerful. If you just turn around and say to them, kids, I want you to go and search for 9 Digital, the young ones, and and if they search for it and they just click on it like normal, so they're at home and they just click on it and the video comes up and they start playing that video, we have no idea who watched it. Okay, we can't guarantee that, but if you give them a share link, we can guarantee to give you a report. Now, when I say we have no idea if people just click on stuff, that's not entirely true. There is a report that you can go and run on what did Michael view in the last 3 days, 3 weeks, 6 months, last year, whatever. We can also tell you ABC1, this particular program, who watched it, and it'll also give you that. So there's a long-winded way to give you that report, but using the share link is much more direct, much more definitive, and we keep track. Okay, all right, now that I got the video, the problem is I'm a teacher and I'm teaching in that cubicle. They put me at the back of the paddock. We have no internet there and we've just got an unreliable Wi-Fi. But I want to show the kids this video in class. How can I show to them if the internet's not reliable, or the internet's gone down, or I've been burnt so many times with the school internet being unreliable? So you can bring up that video, whether you can bring it up at school, because everything is available from any browser anywhere. So if you put in your URL, which you'll have, so anyone can bring up the video, they can click on the I for information, and if you're looking at the information, they've got a URL. At the end of the URL, there is a little download button. And teachers can do it, students can do it, librarians can do it, anyone can do it. So if you're running this on your mobile phone, you can do this, because I'm going to be traveling to Melbourne, I'm catching a plane, and I want to watch this on the plane. So as part of my homework, so I'll just click on that download button, and it'll ask you where you want to download it. So if you're on your mobile phone, if I just said save, it'll save it on your mobile phone. If you're on iPad, Android pad, PC, Mac, iPhone, whatever, it will download it, and then you can see it's downloading there. Okay, and once it's downloaded, you don't even have to be logged in, because you've got a copy of it, all legal, and you can watch it wherever, whenever. Okay, so that is how the interface works. That's all your videos that get added here, and that's how you watch it. Okay, click on the I to get rid of the information, click on the I to bring it back, click on the share button to bring up the share icon, choose who you want to share it with, then grab the share link and then send it to them. Okay, that's how that works. Now the next question is, how do I get videos onto here and what is available? Really easy. If you want to add videos to the school's collection, you just need to go to your TV4Education button. Only teachers have that button, not students. Students have full access to what's here. Okay, and what will appear here will only be what they're authorized to see. So let's have a look. If 1 + 1 was a year 12 video and you flagged it as a year 12 video, which I'll teach you how to flag them later. But if that was flagged as a year 12 video, it will not appear on the screen, okay, when I'm logged in as a year 9 person. But if I logged in as a year 12 person, it'll appear. If I'm logged in as a student, I will see everything, okay. But I want to now put my hat on as a teacher, and I want to add videos to here, or I want to have a look and see what videos are available. So all you need to do is click on TV4Education. TV4Education at the moment, as at the 1st of June 2020, had in excess of 160,000 plus videos on here. And we're adding a minimum of 250 new ones every week. So when you go into here, that's the default screen, and we've given you kind of a Netflix feel. So you can see you got recently added Learning Tube, which is videos directly tied to curriculum codes and curriculum outcomes, documentaries, movies, and so forth. So if you put your cursor on the top right, if you put it on the left there, it'll start scrolling. Okay. And if you're looking at something and you go, I want that, you can press it and it will start playing. So you can be at home. You can be taking your time off. You've just corrected all your papers. You've finished with all your correction and you've decided, you know what? I now need to go and prepare some lessons for my children, and I want to find out what's available on a particular topic. So if you bring up something and you're watching it and you think, I can use this in philosophy, I would really like that video. So you can watch it, or you can just click on that star. When you click on that star, it'll say this resource has now been added to the school's collection. That's it. And that's how you add it. So if I click on this one here and I really want this video, I don't even have to watch it. I can just go ahead and click on that star. This resource has been added to your school's collection. Okay. Now let me go and add another one. So let's go down to this one here. Okay. And I want this. The synopsis will always come up. After about 5 seconds, it'll disappear. And if you go, I didn't have time to read that, I'd like it back. Click on the eye, it'll bring it back. Click on the eye, gets rid of it. But I want to add it to my collection. Just click on the star. Okay, resource has been added. That's it. Now let me go back to my school's collection. I hope you remember the one that was there right at the start. There it is, maths methods. But there's all the new videos. So when someone else logs in, they'll be able to always see the new stuff that's always added. So we always keep it refreshed and make sure that they can look at what's new. Okay. So if I click on that, there it is. And all the information about it. And every word and phrase in that synopsis is in the system. Okay. Let's go back into TV4Education and have a look at what else. I'm not interested in looking at what's new. I'm a science teacher. I want to have a look at what's on science. So you can do this. Science. And it'll bring up all the science videos and go load more and scroll, load more and scroll and 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 load more and scroll. Don't forget, you've got over 160,000 videos across every curriculum and every topic that you would need to teach. And you can keep scrolling until it says no more items found. Alternatively, you can go, they got a subjects button up here. When you click on the subjects button, we've classified them to all the subject areas. I'm going to click on science. Click on science, and then within science, I want biology. So I'll click on biology, and there they are. And I can scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll. And if I want any of these videos, I just click on that and I just click on star, and that'll add it to your school's collection. There you go. That's how you add it. You want another video, you click on that, click on the star, add it to the school's collection. Okay. And let's say you're going to look for something else and you're looking for this particular topic. Okay, now this is just a rubbish topic. I'm putting it in for a very specific reason. But let's just say this was a legitimate subject area that you went and you hit enter and it came up and said no items found. At TV4Education, we do what no other educational multimedia system does. We guarantee to give you results on whatever subject or topic or curriculum outcome you need to teach. So If you put in a legitimate topic and there's no items, remember our guarantee. You go to My Requests, and then when the My Request comes up, you go, I want to make a request, and then you go to Topic Requests. Click on the Topic Request, put in, this is for my year 9, and this is my curriculum code. A lot of people say, national code or state code. I'm from Queensland, or I'm from Western Australia, or I'm from Tasmania. We couldn't care less. Just give us your curriculum code. We'll do the research. Put in the subject, it's science. Tell us what your lesson aim is and tell us any additional information. And you might say things like, I'm not looking for just one video. Can you give me a resource list that I could then use? In other words, you want more than just a video. You might want half a dozen videos and across a whole range of topics. Just tell us what you want, go submit, and within 48 hours, we'll come back to you with a list of resources that met that particular search criteria put there. Nobody else does that. We guarantee it, and we don't just pay lip service to it. Try us out, okay? Now, the next thing we're going to have a look at is I went to the Foxtel website, or I was watching Foxtel, www. I might even be watching Foxtel at home. And Foxtel, so in here, I'll go to the TV guide. Foxtel is advertising an upcoming program. And as a sports teacher, I would love to have it. As a science teacher, as an English teacher, I'd like that movie. So there is a program that Foxtel is airing. And what we do is we guarantee to give you absolutely anything you like that's appearing on Foxtel. Absolutely anything without exception. We're never going to say to you, we don't think that's educationally relevant, because we are not going to critique your requests. We are expecting that you are going to use this as an educational tool, and you need that for whatever reason to communicate a particular subject or topic or curriculum outcome that video is going to address. So all you need to do is you need to give us the name of the program, the channel that it's on, 247, and we'll get it for you. However, there is a little proviso, and that is we need you to go to the Foxtel website and give us at least 48 hours notice. Okay? But the thing is, you say, yes, but I was just watching the video and I would like to have had it. Our recommendation is still requested, even though you might have been watching it last night, but you need to tell us when it was on, because we'll check to see if anybody else had requested it. If it's truly educational, someone would have requested it. But let's say they didn't, but you still want it. If you know anything about Foxtel, they replay the same thing over and over and over again for the next 3 to 6 weeks, may even be the next 3 to 6 months. I'm sitting at home and I watch something my wife is watching or my kids are watching, and I go, why are you watching that? You watched that 3 weeks ago. Okay, so Foxtel does that. So if you tell it to us, even though you're watching it now, we'll pick it up on the next time it's broadcast and we'll get it for you. The big advantage for you is that everything that's on TV4Education is free of all advertisements. You just need to enjoy. Okay, so that's it. Now, the thing is, what about free-to-air programs? All right, so let's go to TV Guide. Okay, now, when you go to the TV Guide, any TV Guide, okay, we do the national TV Guide, so 90% of everything that's aired is aired across all the states. So if you want a particular program, we can give you any program, and unlike Foxtel, you don't have to request it 48 hours in advance. Now, the reason for that is because we record everything on free-to-air 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and we hold it. And we will then, when you ask for it, you say, I want Bondi Rescue, or I want The Simpsons for a particular article, or I want Sunshine Blade Insta Heat, or whatever it is you want. What we will do is we will get it out of our storage, because free-to-air content that has been not been requested, we store it for 48 hours, and then not for 48 hours, for 3 months. And after 3 months, if no one has requested, we dump it. So up to 90 days after the broadcast date, we'll usually have a copy of it, and when you request it, we'll strip the ads and then we'll put it over here into recently added, and we'll also put it into your collection. Okay, so Freetoair, not a problem. Now, I've shown you how to request topics. So if I go in here and I go to my requests and I want to make a request, I can request topics. I've shown you how to do that just by putting that in there. Or I can say I want to request a Foxtel program. So go in here, just choose the program, put the information in there. Or make a request. I can go to free-to-air requests and then choose a channel and put in the information. And you get that. There's no limit to the number of requests you can make, and we don't care how many requests you make. We want you to make sure that your digital collection in your school is massive, covers every topic, every subject that you ever need and require to teach. Okay? Now that I've shown you the TV4Education side for teachers, how do students access the system? Well, for anybody, even if a teacher needs to access the system, they need to be on the system. So our recommendation, if you've not already got your students on, is to get a list of all your students from your admin department or IT, and you need the surname, the first name, the year level as a minimum, and their homeroom, but that's not mandatory. You need surname, first name, year level. Okay, and let me show you how you put it in. So if you've imported them all automatically and a new student comes along and you just need to put on that one student or that one teacher, this is how you do it. Okay, you click on the menu button and you go down to Patron and Patron Management. When you go down to Patron Management, it'll always come up with the patron that's logged in, but I want to put in a new patron, and I'll ask you for the barcode. Now the barcode might be a barcode that is allocated by the admin department because you're going to use the admin number as their barcode. It's up to you. You can use their library barcode. My recommendation, if you don't know what it is, and you will find out later, just put in some rubbish in there. We don't care. Put in any number because you can change it later. That's the barcode. Okay, we do need a first name. So the first name is Jan, and we need a second name, and it's Jan Martin, and email address. We don't need that, but we'll deal with that later. What class grade are they in? Jan is a year 12 student. What homeroom? You need it, so you can just put not applicable, or you can just have a homeroom called homeroom, but in my case I've got 12. Okay, because if I want to do reports based on homeroom or what people are watching, you can do it by that way. By default, they're a student, and then you need to give them a password. So I'll go change their password, and their password, I'll make it something generic. I'll make it password. Password. Confirm it again. Password. Password. So Jan Martin's password, like everybody else's password, is password. However, I'll go force her to change her password when she logs in. That's what that is. And now I'll go save. Okay, now Jan has been created on the system, and if she wants to log in, she has to remember this barcode. Okay, but let's say for argument's sake, she's come back to you, and you know that her administration new number is 23415. Just replace that and save. Okay, and now when she logs in as 23415, it'll work. What you can also do, you can say I'm going to also give her a username, and the username can be anything. My recommendation is make the username her first name, full stop, Martin. It can be, it's not case sensitive, so you can make it uppercase, lowercase, mixed case, it doesn't care. As long as they put in jan.martin, she will be able to log in. So Jan can now log in by 23415 or jan.martin, and either one will ask her for the password and she's in. But you can also say, no, I'm going to put in Martin at St. Mike's.ceo.edu.au, and that's her email address. If you do that, Jan can now log in with her barcode. or her username or her email address, but the password's still the same. So you're now giving Jan 3 different ways to log in. Okay? And if Jan forgets the password, just go into password and put in the password of password and password. Okay, save it, and what will happen is, because change password on next login, if you've gone and changed the password, it is automatically going to ask her to put in a brand new password, because she won't be able to just keep the generic password. Now, if you put her in, you can just hit that email login, and she'll get a little welcome letter with some instructions on how to use the system. It'll tell her this is her email address. She can log in with that and put in password, and you'll be on your way. Okay, now remember when I gave her class grade 12, it made her a year 12 person. If I made her a year 10, then her security will be 10. That means she'll only be able to watch material up to year 10. If I made her a security 7, she'll only be able to watch material up to year 7. But this is now not Jan Martin. That's how I've learned how to do students. I now need to create a teacher. We've got a brand new teacher on the roll. She's just started today, and I would like to create a record for her. So I would have gone new, and then I would have given her a number, or made up a number, or I might have put in her email address as a number. It's up to you. Okay, and the teacher is Jan.Martin. Her name is Jan, her surname is Martin. That is her email address, and she's not a year 12 student. So I'm going to go and I'm going to allocate her as a teacher. And the homeroom is irrelevant, but I'll put a teacher in there as well. Okay, oops, let's get rid of that. And teacher. So her role is a teacher, very important. Her class grade is a teacher, role is a teacher, and home is a teacher. Now when I save that, what's going to happen is it'll allocate a security level. In my case, I've got 999, but by default, securities for teachers should be 50. Okay, I was doing a training for someone else and I made all their teachers 999, but keep it 50, which means that teachers can watch all videos on the system. Any video that's been added for any year level, teachers have access, because they can watch everything from 50 down. So everything from years P, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 50. Okay, so that makes it really, really easy to create a teacher. Now, if you've given her a password and sent her an email by just clicking email the login to the teacher, she'll get a welcome letter, and she'll also get the TV4Education button on her screen. That's what's going to happen. She'll have that button that says she can click on that TV4Education button, and it will allow her to add videos to the school's collection. Okay, students, when they logged in, will not get the TV4Education button. Now, if you're a teacher and you're adding videos all the time, and if your collection is anything like mine, where you've got over 40,000 videos on here, you can say, oh, this school has 150 teachers. I don't want to look at all their videos and all the librarians' videos and all the administration videos and all the IT department's videos. I just want my videos. Now, this applies for every individual user, whether you're a student or a teacher. You'll have that My Items button. When you click on My Items, it will only bring up all the videos that you have watched or you have added. So if you're a student, all the videos that you have watched will appear here. But if you're a teacher, all the videos that you have watched and all the videos that you have added to the system appears here. Okay, so that's very, very powerful, and that is why whenever you're adding teachers into the system, so let's go down to Patron and go down to Patron Management. Okay, if this was a teacher's record, okay, you need to make sure that their role is a teacher, not administrator. It's a teacher. Okay, now what's the difference between a teacher's role and a librarian's role? So All library staff should be given the role of a librarian. Very, very important. Okay. The librarian's role will not only give them the collection and the TV4Education, but it gives them access to reports and a whole bunch of other functionality. It's pretty powerful. So very important that all library staff should have librarians' roles. Okay. Now, do not under any circumstances give anybody access to your login. If you've got a teacher, even if they're a temporary person, just create a brand new record for them, even if they're temporary. Michael Scott, he's temporary. He's only going to be here for 3 days. He's going to be gone after Friday. Delete him after you've finished. Don't give him your login, because everything is tracked to your login. So if there's ever a dispute or an argument or a question about who did what, all we'll do is we'll say, well, there's a report. Let us show you how to get that report. And from that report, you can track the activity of that user, what they've added, what they've shared, what videos they've been watching, everything. So everyone should have their own individual. And if you suspect that somebody is using your account, okay, when you go to login, click on forgot password, and it will send you to your email address on your account a change password dialog, and you go in there and give yourself a new password. But do not share your password with anyone. The most important thing that you need to remember as a school, if you did an audit of all the teachers, so next staff meeting, say, can I have a show of hands of all the teachers that have used YouTube? Over 90% of them, if not 100%, will put their hand up, and they will want to add YouTube content to here. So let me show you how to do that very quickly. In the TV4Education area, okay, you can go ahead and you can search for science. And this is all the material we've got on science in TV4Education. Pages and pages and pages of it. But you're not interested because you're a YouTube user and you love YouTube. And we'd encourage you to love YouTube. So all you do is you come here and you've got YouTube. When you click on YouTube, it will go ahead. These are curated YouTube. This is YouTube what other people are using, but that's your normal YouTube channel. And there's tons and tons and tons of, it's like as if you did a search on YouTube. Now, if you wanted something on YouTube, just click on it. And just like TV4Education, the synopsis will come up, the video will come up, it'll start playing. That's YouTube. Okay, you can go ahead. The advantage is it's not showing you any of the outside comments and all the promotions of YouTube. We want to keep you focused on YouTube. YouTube is a great resource and we want you to use YouTube legally. So if you've got YouTube here and you want that video, just click on that star. That YouTube video has been added to your collection. So now all of a sudden when you go to your school's collection or your students go to your school's collection, guess what? That YouTube video is here. And there it is. Okay, and you can fast forward, you can go backwards, okay, you can go forwards, you can go big screen, and you can share it, and share it with whichever group level you want to share it with. Grab the URL, put an email, send it to them, and then keep track of whether they watched it or not. So it's very, very powerful. We do a lot more powerful things. You should have a look at our session on creating lessons with just snippets of any video in TV4Education and any video, including YouTube. How about if you could just take 2 minutes of this video, 3 minutes of the middle of this one, and then another minute at the start of this one, and build your own virtual lesson with it and virtual video. You can do all of that with TV4Education. So look for our lessons, smart lessons with TV4Education. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to present this.